Last week, Dorset residents saw action on two issues that have been at the forefront of local concerns. On Monday, October 16th, the town's Fire District No. 1 Prudential Board held a public hearing on changes to its proposed bylaws. The most significant change was to make it mandatory for those living within the fire district to pay for a water fee, even if they opted to disconnect from the system and get their water from a private well. The Board of Directors is working to develop a wide-ranging overhaul of the water system that brings water from the town reservoir to local homes within the district. There are about 178 users on the system at present. During 2 of the past 3 years, Dorset has undergone water shortages, which prompted restrictions on the use of municipal water. Aging and leaking pipes, mostly in the service lines that run from the main pipelines to individual homes, are part of the reason the Prudential Board is developing a comprehensive plan, estimated to eventually cost about $1.2 million, to fix problems within the system. In the short term, they expect to construct a metering station, which they hope to begin later this year, and develop a supplemental water supply to the reservoir, which they hope to have in place by the fall of 2018. Further down the road will come the service line replacements and the installation of water meters to help them monitor water usage better than they can at present. These plans are still in a preliminary phase, and they hope to finance them through a 20-year loan, which would annually cost the users of the system about $427, the board reckoned, but that's based on a slightly greater number of customers than the water district has at present. The roughly 35 people attending the special meeting at the Dorset Firehouse spent most of the 90-minute-long meeting discussing the plan for upgrading the water supply before approving, by voice vote, the proposed changes in the fire district's bylaws.
In favor of the bylaw amendments as read by Roger Squire, please say aye. Aye. All those opposed, please say nay. Nay. The ayes have it.
But this discussion tonight do you think that the basic idea of everyone paying into the system
I
is
think
a
it's
fair
fair. I think it's very fair.
Yeah.
And even if it seems like few people paying, when we look ahead and think about how we want to make our town have more business, more successful businesses and more living places, we have to all share in this for the future.
Maybe I shouldn't open my big mouth.
No, you're great. So you think it's too much money?
Way too much money. And too much governmental money, which leaves governmental hooks in the money that are going to come back and bite us.
The following night, Tuesday, October 17th, the Dorset Select Board took up the issue of a noise ordinance with which it has been wrestling for nearly a year. Complaints about excessive noise at special events, particularly within Dorset Village, prompted the Select Board to take a crack at crafting an ordinance that would cover the entire town, both Dorset and East Dorset, and lay out ground rules and guidelines. The solution has proven elusive for the board, which has tried to strike a balance between preserving the peace and quiet of the community without creating a batch of unintended consequences that could be seen as excessive regulation.
I'd like to make a statement. I didn't hear a hell of a lot of people referring to the quality of life for the people near any of these problem areas. I didn't hear anything about that, and I think that's quite grievous. It's up to the Board of Selectmen to try to protect the quality of life for its residents.
The standard they came up with to determine if a noisy party or a special event was over the top was when it, quote, disturbs, injures, or endangers the peace or health of reasonable persons of ordinary sensitivity, or when it endangers the health, safety, and welfare of the community, unquote. The town office was filled to overflowing for the meeting, and the crowd debated the need for the measure for more than an hour. But in the end, the Select Board voted to table the measure, saying it still needed more work. The ordinance will presumably go back for more review and tinkering before coming back before the board, if it does at all. For the GNAT TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.